Chongqing is probably the most distinctive city among the big cities in China. It doesn't have the prominent capital status of Beijing, the bustling fashion of Shanghai, and the glorious history of Xi'an. But it's a place that you might fall in love with if you visit it once. 10 interesting facts about Chongqing. Fact number 1, it is one of the largest cities in the world. Chongqing is located in southwestern China. And historically, Chongqing used to be part of Sichuan province. In 1997, Chongqing was separated from Sichuan and became a separate municipality. Despite this, it is still very huge, with an area of 82,400 square kilometers under its jurisdiction, roughly equivalent to 2 Taiwan plus 2 Shanghai, or the equivalent of 2 Holland or Switzerland. As of May 2021, its population reached 32.05 million. However, the urban population of Chongqing is about 8.5 million. Fact number 2, it is the fastest growing tourist city in the world in 2019. The World Authoritative Organization ranked Chongqing as the fastest growing tourist city in the world in 2019. Based on a study of 65 top cities in the world in terms of tourist numbers and tourist spending, Chongqing has been one of the 3 most popular tourist cities in China for 4 consecutive years, along with Beijing and Shanghai. In Chongqing, not only are there abundant tourism resources such as mountains, forests, rivers and canyons, the famous 3 gorges of the Yangtze River and Wulong Karst National Geopark are also extremely popular natural landscapes. In Chongqing, there are many historical and cultural landscapes. For example, Hongyedong, a shopping and food district mainly composed of ancient buildings in Chongqing. Its photos have become popular on the internet, and it has almost become a business card of Chongqing tourism. Chiquiku Ancient Town is an important water and land wharf in Chongqing in history, and now it is a popular travel destination to experience and enjoy Sichuan folk culture. Chongqing also has one of the most beautiful night views of any Chinese city. At night, walking along the riverside in Chongqing is definitely a very pleasant experience. Fact number 3, it is one of the fastest growing cities in China. In 2020, the total GDP of Chongqing is $384.6 billion, ranked 5th among Chinese cities. In 2010, Chongqing's GDP was only $128 billion, an increase of 210% in 10 years. It is one of the fastest growing cities in China, and its economic growth rate far exceeds that of Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. However, due to Chongqing's huge population, its per capita GDP is only US $12,000, ranking 81st among Chinese cities. Today, there are many tall buildings in Chongqing. Skyscrapers and new giant shopping malls have been built in recent years. When you are in the city, you can't imagine that this is just a city with the 81st GDP per capita in China. Opened in 2019, Raffles City, Chongqing integrates shopping malls, office buildings and residential areas with a total investment of $4 billion. It was built beside Chaoyangmen Wharf in the city center, facing the intersection of the Yangtze River and Jialing River, creating an image of sailing on the river. It has now become a new symbol of the booming city, the tallest building and a new landmark in Chongqing. Fact number 4, it is the city with the most bridges in the world, with more than 4,500 bridges. Chongqing is currently the city with the largest number of bridges in the world. There are many mountains in the urban area of Chongqing, and the city center is built on the mountains. There are also several large rivers flowing through Chongqing, the most famous of which is the Yangtze River, the longest river in Asia. Its most important tributary is the Jialing River, which meets the Yangtze River in the center of Chongqing. Due to the special landform, Chongqing must use bridges to connect different areas of its jurisdiction. As a result, the city exhibits a very different geographic appearance from other cities in China. Various bridges, viaducts, and pedestrian bridges across rivers build Chongqing into a 3D magic city. Drivers who don't know the way, even with the help of a navigation app, may get lost here. There are not only a large number of bridges in Chongqing, but also a large scale and a variety of bridges. There are 29 cross-river bridges on the Yangtze and Jialing rivers alone, more than the big cities along the Yangtze River such as Wuhan, Nanjing and Shanghai. The whole city is like a huge bridge museum. Fact number 5: taking the light rail is one of the best ways to know the city. The unique geographical structure of Chongqing has given birth to a unique public transportation system. The most interesting is the light rail in Chongqing, which is one of the most distinctive scenery in the city. By taking the light rail in Chongqing, you will enjoy the scenery on both sides of the Yangtze River and Jialing River passing through the city. Some of these lines and stations are famous all over the country. Liziba Station, located on the 8th floor of a residential building, where rails and trains pass through the building, and photos of trains passing through the building at the station have become popular on the internet many times. Nujiaotuo Station, where two light rail lines intersect vertically. The transfer passage is a viewing corridor. Looking out from the corridor, one side is the surging river, and the other side is the circling overpass and the street scene. In addition, you can also choose to take the cable car across the river. It only costs $3, and you can stand in it and fly over the Yangtze River. It's a peculiar experience you won't find in any other city in China. The only inconvenience is that it's so popular that you might have to queue for 2 hours to get on it during peak tourist season. Fact number 6: Chongqing is famous for its delicious food. When you come to Chongqing, it is not just to enjoy the scenery. Chongqing's food is also one of the reasons that attract tourists to linger. The most famous Chongqing food is Chongqing hot pot. In this city, the aroma of hot pot seems to be in the air. Chongqing's hot pot is famous for its spicy flavor. In addition, Chongqing's delicacies include makshuiwang, spicy chicken, small noodles, etc. There are too many. If you go to Chongqing in summer, you must try the local ice powder. It's delicious and will be unforgettable forever. Fact number 7: Chongqing was once the capital of China. During the Second World War, Japan occupied Nanjing, the capital of China, and the Chinese government had to temporarily move the government to Chongqing. In order to completely defeat China, Japan bombed Chongqing for 5.5 years, from February 1938 to August 1943. During this period, more than 9,000 Japanese planes were dispatched to Chongqing, bombing 218 times and dropping more than 11,500 bombs. The Chongqing bombing killed more than 10,000 people, destroyed more than 17,600 houses, and destroyed most of the downtown areas. Fact number 8. The earliest ancient human in Asia existed in Chongqing 2 million years ago. In 1985, scientists discovered ancient human fossils in Wushan County under the jurisdiction of Chongqing. They have a history of 2 million years. This is the earliest ancient human discovered in China. This discovery rewritten Asia the earliest human history. As for Chongqing, although most foreigners have only heard of its name in recent years, it has actually existed for at least 3,000 years, according to the written history. In 221 BC, after Emperor Qin unified China, the whole country was divided into 36 counties, and Chongqing was one of them. It was called Ba County at that time, and the city site was located in the area of today's Chaoyunmen Wharf. Fact number 9. Chongqing is China's largest producer of cars, mobile phones, and laptops. Chongqing is the largest industrial city in southwest China, producing more than 3 million cars and 8 million motorcycles in 2016. In 2019, Chongqing produced 64 million laptops, accounting for 1/3 of global production. It also produced 180 million mobile phones that year, accounting for 10% of the total global mobile phone production. Fact 10. Probably the safest city in the world. The number of street cameras per 1,000 people in Chongqing is 168, ranking first in the world. 8 Chinese cities make the list of the top 10 cities with the most street cameras per capita in the world. In contrast, excluding Chinese cities, London has the highest number of street cameras per capita in the top 10, with 68 per 1,000 people, and Atlanta in the United States, with 16 per 1,000 people.